Good day, everybody. I feel sick today. Sick, 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 sick. I think that's up too loud. What I'm doing is through my earphones, I'm playing some background music in the auto library of YouTube. Um, just have background music, I guess. Oh gosh, I guess I should put up here on my computer, um, so I can see if someone chats or someone says something, because I wouldn't really be able to. I'm not sure if there we go. I'm not sure if I actually, what do you call it? I don't know what I'm saying. Hello, 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 heart lady. I got my tea. I feel like a piece of crap today. I had neocitrin, which is hopefully to help, but I do feel pretty crappy. Thank you for all the hearts. I got this beautiful cup. My daughter got this for me. Hello, Angela. Nice to see you. I hope you had a good Christmas and a happy New Year and all your dreams come true. Yeah, I got this cup for my daughter, not for Christmas, for something else. Um, just just because. I like just because gifts. Because it's just because I see something, it reminds me of you. I'm going to buy it for you. She said it reminded her of Dominion Beach. The sand, the water, the waves. I've been drinking a lot of my hot drinks out of here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Ange. I hope you got to see some of your family. I heard we're supposed to get a lot of snow. Not snow, freezing rain. So it's going to be treacherous if you're driving anywhere. Look at my hair sticking up. It's like I got wings. Woo! I can see it in there. It's like I got wings. Anyway, yeah, I had a rough old night last night, tossing and turning and coughing, and my throat sore, and picked up something from somewhere. Oh, I gotta mute that so you guys don't hear me talking twice. All the nieces and nephews. Oh, how nice. Now, I got a message from Anne. Anne from Dolls in the Cradle. Now, Anne, I think Anne had another channel prior to this channel. For some reason, when she came back out, when I first started watching her, she said, yes, I shut that channel down and got this channel. I'm not sure. But for some reason, I'm thinking, I could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. All the nieces and nephews and partners. That's a pile of people at your mom's house. I love your videos and I love all your baby dolls. Well, thank you, Erin. I love you for saying that. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, and so she sent me a message. She said, "Can I have your address, if you don't mind?" And I said, "Sure." Like at first I was thinking, she must be sending me a Christmas card or something like that. How sweet. There has been very little. Um, anyway, I won't go into all that, but I will say that she said, "I'd like to send you something through Amazon. Keep your lookout, your mail, and there's something going to come for you." And I thought, well, gosh, okay. So something came for me yesterday. Now, I never opened it. I wanted to open it on camera. And so, yeah, it came in a box like this. But this box here, can everybody hear me okay? This box here, it's gift wrap. There's a gift wrap present. I'm going to put the volume up on here because I'm not sure. There. If you guys can hear me okay. But yeah, so it's a gift box present. And it has a nice little card. I never knew you could get things gifted at Amazon. And it says, "Belinda, Merry Christmas. The dolls and I think you are fantabulous. From Anne, Dolls in the Cradle. Oh my gosh. Just so sweet. So sweet. What else can I say? Super sweet. So I wanted to open this up on here. And what does this say? Keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Oh, sorry if I'm coughing, but I'm sick. It has a little thing there. Keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. How nice that they do that. I never ever knew that Amazon did something like that, but they do. So that's pretty cool. So let's open this present. Is this ever nice? I really like this. This bag is really nice. It's a big old bow. Oh, I like this. What is this? What is this? I think this might be a baby outfit. I think it's a baby outfit. Thank you, Anne, so much. Let's take a look. I want to keep this bag with the card. So sweet. So sweet. I think it's so sweet that you took time out to think of me, to pick this out, and to send this to me. Despite the fact she's in the States and I'm in Canada, and we know how those things go back and forth nowadays. Carters. 0 to 3 months. Let's see what it is. You hear me great? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, this is so sweet. Look at these colors. Oh, thank you, Anne. This is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a little outfit. It has little pants. Look at this. This is perfect for my rose babies because I have 2 babies that I like to dress up in kind of roses. Hi, Belinda, here in California. Well, hello, Shelley. Hi, Debbie. You love my glasses, do you? Thank you. I've had a lot of people say that about my glasses, that they love my glasses. It has all different colors. I definitely need to get my glasses another set soon because I find I'm not seeing through them as well. It seems like when my eyesight started to decline, it kind of just went fast, declined fast. Elena. Hello, Elena. Hi, Aaron. It is an outfit top with a little pair of pants. I love this. Perfect, perfect, perfect for my little 2 girls that are very pinky and flowery. And I have 2 dolls. One is Ruth, and the other one is Rosalie. And both of those dolls, this is their style. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate it so much. And here is another beautiful pinky. I love these little, I don't want to say frills, but I don't know what you would call them. They're not frills. They're just kind of the way they kind of, I don't know, group up. Well, you too, Shelley. Thank you. Happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays. Ruffle, yes. A ruffle. It is beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'll have to change some babies today. I'll have to change some babies today. Thank you, Anne, for thinking of me. You made my day. I really, really appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. I'm going to set these over here out of the way. And today I've been working on, or started to work on, Grouchin. I'm going to start working on this doll today. I got his base layer done, and now I got to do some veining. And when I first got this doll, I thought it didn't send the correct body, but I actually think it did. I actually think it did send the correct body. I guess I'll know when I get it put together, but it's not the original body, obviously, but it's a body that might work. Little Meatballs Nursery. Hello there, Sandra. How are you? I have so many of your videos to catch up on. It looks like you had a beautiful, beautiful Christmas. And lots of gift giving, lots of joy. I loved watching your opening video with Katrina, and it was gift exchange. Yes, very nice. I liked it. It's so sweet that you guys can do that. I wish I could find more Canadians that I actually can participate in things like that in Canada, because basically, besides Julie, there was no one else, and I'm on her naughty list. So anyway, so besides Julie, there's no one else that I can think of that's Canadian that I see. Maybe I should do a video. Like, if you're Canadian and you have a YouTube channel, let us connect, because that way we can send Happy Mail back and forth. Because it seems like, although Anne did send me something through Amazon. Now, I don't know if that cost her more in regards to, like, tariffs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but I do know that it sucks. It sucks. Oh, I hope this cold goes away. Pushing this over here. Put my tea down. Can you guys hear the background music? What are you guys up to today? There, you might be able to hear it now. Hopefully it's not too overwhelming. But this is my distilled water for painting. I'm going to do paint while I'm going to paint a little bit while I'm yakking and having my tea. I think we're going to get, like I said, a lot of freezing rain. So I think we're going to pick up some things today before the rain really gets going. And then it's scary driving, slippery. Where is that blue? Now, this blue I have here. No, that's mottle. That's blue speckled mottle. This is the paint that I use. And here it is. Is this it? Yeah. Light veins. I like this paint because it's pre-mixed. I tried to do painting, not pre-mixed. Now I probably could mix it because I know what I'm looking for. I know the consistency I'm looking for. And I know the color I'm looking for. But prior to that, I had no idea. And I don't think I'm going to... Oh, no fall. I don't think I'm going to use that much water. Excuse me. You're on an exercise bike right now? That's funny, Ange. At your house? Like, did you get one for Christmas? Or is this at, like, a family member's house? You at your mom's? Now, it looks like that didn't go over well. I need another light. I see that light in the background, but I don't want to put that on because that'll be disturbing. That will be disturbing. So, yeah, I'm going to do a little veins on this doll. And when it comes to me doing dolls and doing veining and things like that, I kind of do the same areas, but not really. It's whatever appeals to me at the time. Whatever turns my crank at the time. Does that make sense? So, a little bit goes a long way. And I learned that, well, the hard way. Yes, at my house, got for Christmas, I guess, called a hand bike. Oh, nice. That way you can get out and get some exercise, or get some exercise without you falling and stuff because of the sidewalks. That's really, really good. I want to get the dogs out going again, walking. But once the snow, ice, and sleet and everything comes, they start putting salt on all the sidewalks. And the salt on the sidewalks really are hard for dogs' paws. The bottom of their pads, they get sore, swollen. You know, you have to get little boots for your dogs. I'm going to set this over here. I'm playing some classical music in the background. I don't know if you guys hear it or not. You also walk your steps. Oh, you still go to the rec center? Good for you, Ange. Good for you. I'm happy you still do that. I'm going to take... Now, I got some brushes in here. And for the brushes, like I usually just use cheap old brushes. And the reason why is because I throw them out. You know what I mean? I throw them out. I like to use this little thing to make sure there's no extra paint anywhere. That's not supposed to be. But, dear Lord, this here, I'm looking for. I also walk my steps, yes, at my house. Okay. Good. Yes, we got to be careful about falling, Angela, for sure. Like when I was away in Vancouver, I had a really bad fall. I would say these brushes are no good. I had a bad fall, and it took me, I mean, I'm still kind of sore from it. It took a while. Now, these are the little sponges, but I'm not sure if these are for silicone or not, because I never separated them, of course. But yeah, if you're doing silicone, you got to have certain sponges. You can't just use random makeup ones. They have to be okay with silicone paint. Yes, they do. Sorry, guys. I'm reaching over here because I'm looking for paintbrushes, different paintbrushes. Maybe I should have done that. Like these are more brushes. Long brushes. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. But it's like I could cut it in half and it would be fine. However, you do want to me, even though you clean the brushes, they never get as well as clean as you want them to. I don't find. Now, there's no brushes there. Huh. Oh, well, I'll use this brush. So, what's your guys' plans? Today is the 28th. When is Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. Must be coming up soon. You got any plans out there for New Year's Eve, people? I don't. I never usually do. Never usually do. As an adult, maybe a couple of times I did something New Year's Eve, but never. What is Angela saying? 31. Said hi. Hello. 31. Oh, Angela. Oh, Angela. You always make me laugh. I know it's 31st. Girl. You make me laugh. Oh, I can hear Trevor. He's watching something out there. He always watches things so loud. The TV is so loud. I watched a series with the female serial killer not that long ago. Oh my gosh, did that fall out? Yeah. I felt bad for that situation. Not that it's... But I mean, anyway, you'd have to watch it. It's on Netflix. That Eileen... I can't remember her last name. Whoop, whoop. So let's do a little bit of veining here, guys, while I'm yakking and yakking. I hope I feel better. I don't feel like I want to eat anything. I don't feel like I want to do too much of anything, really. I want to go to bed, but then my body's aching and it's sore. And my shoulders and my neck, of course, are sore. But I don't know. Now when you paint, you can't even see it, but it's very, very light. Like the veining is so light. But as time goes on, you see it more. You'll see it under the skin. You don't want it dark. You have to be comfortable with it not being dark. I always think of Bobby having the first baby. That yes, she did. She had the first baby. A friend of ours had the New Year's baby. She did. I remember that. I was away that time. I think I was living away. I wasn't living in Calgary then. I was living away. I tend to like to put blue under the lip here. Anywhere where you think skin appears like a little bit finer or not thinner. Hello there, butterfly wings. Hello there. How are you? I hope your Christmas and your holidays was nice. I disappeared for a little while if you didn't notice, but I'm back again. And I put a little blue usually in the little, I don't know what you call that little piece that comes down here. Just areas where it's usually the skin appears thinner, you know? That's kind of where I put it. A lot of people put blue on the ridge of the nose. Right on the ridge of the nose. If you have Reborn dolls, you will notice that that's where these places go. I'm doing good, and you? Not bad, except for feeling sick today. I'm feeling sick today. I put some blue underneath the chin a lot of times. Heather, your channel has exploded. So good for you. Exploded. You got a lot of subscribers. Congratulations. Your personality shines. People love your personality, your directness, your willing to have those conversations a lot of people don't have. You do a lot of lives. I do think a lot of people like lives. They tend to like lives. So yeah, good for you. I'm happy to see someone grow so fast. And it appears you love what you do. You love it. And isn't that the greatest thing? Being able to do something that you love. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone has that, you know, and that's why I love it. I love reborning. I love talking to you guys. You're very sick with a cold. Me too. I took some Neocitrin, which is like a hot lemon drink this morning. And, but my body is aching. It's sore and it's aching. It's aching. It's aching. I hate being sick. We both must have got colds from people we've seen over the holidays. You know what I mean? Visitors we've seen, or people, places we've visited and things like that over the holidays. That's probably where we got our colds. I love the look of the face of this fella. You get more views and subscribers in... I do tons of lives. You get more views and subscribers in lives, you mean? My mom is sick too. Ah, I guess it's something going around. Doesn't matter what country you're in. It's that time of year. Yeah, I tend not to do a whole lot of lives. but I'm going to do a bunch recently because I need to get my views up. I disappeared. I don't know if you noticed, but I disappeared for a little while there. I put my channel in hiding or hidden. I had to figure some things out with my channel, with my content, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but I will say because of that, my views, maybe when you hide it, your view count goes down to nothing, and you know, you need over 4,000 for any kind of um, monetization stuff. And I need to get my views past 4,000 again. So I think lives is the way to go. I noticed I was like, where's Miss Belinda? Yeah, I know. And I didn't know how to go about it. And then I couldn't get my channel back. When I hit it, I couldn't get it back. Because I changed the password and then I changed some profile information around the same time that made the security even more like what the hell's going on. The security was even more concerned, I guess, and so it was even harder to get back into my channel. You guys can't see the blue, but you probably can't. There's a little bit going on there, but yeah, so because of that, it was harder to get back into my channel. But yeah, so the subscribers is okay, but it's just the views. I need to get the views up, and I think having live, especially in this content, this format, it really, really helps that way. But I mean, if you, not a lot of people like doing lives, and I think you do, Heather, because you do it quite a bit, you like it, but not a lot of people, not say they don't like doing it. I think their lives have maybe more noise and busyness in the background, so there's more distractions to do lives. Because you never know, it's live. You could have Trevor come in, and sometimes he does do that. I've locked the door. I believe I locked the door, but then I went out. It might be unlocked now. But, yeah, it's so nice to be back doing what I love and creating dolls again, because I love creating dolls. Now, a lot of times with my videos, I talk about a topic with my videos, not necessarily my lives. Lives, I just randomly do things. But I thought, where is it? I try to create on my channel a space where we can, I'm reading here what some of the notes, I have it on my computer screen, some of the notes that I wanted to talk about. But what I try to do is create a space where we can talk about dolls, creativity, being creative, no matter what that is. Heather is very creative with crocheting and with her content. People love her personality. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what's her name, and I can't think of her name right now. She's very creative in her content. But yeah, I like to talk about that, and I also like to talk about on my channel just different seasons of life. And I usually say seasons of life because I feel that I'm in a very older season of life right now. And this older menopausal season of life has me doing a lot of reflecting. I love it, but I get so much hate. Do you really? Why? What are they hating on you for? So you do have to have a monitor monitoring what's going on there. Now, I also tend to put blue in the balls of the feet here. I think a lot of people who make Reborns do that. People just hate because they got nothing else to do. People hate things that they don't understand. That's what I think. If they don't understand, they hate. So you'd have to be deleting a lot or ignoring it. What I've heard that because of lives have changed in a way that if you have your phone in this direction, lives have changed, that some people who come on your lives get irritated with all the stupidness and they leave your lives because of that. So it's one of those things that you can't please everyone all the time. People are hate-filled in today's world. They are. Hi, Dolls Rescued. They definitely are. Puppy cat. Well, hello there. How are you? This message is held for review. Now, I got to press that button. I think that's what I do. I got called a pedophile. Yeah. Oh, my word. Oh, my gosh. Well, we all know that it's sad, but when you set yourself up and put yourself out there on the internet, you're setting yourself up for all kinds of accusations, treatment, saying you're ugly, saying this and that. It's sad. I'm subscribing to you now. Glad you are live and I found you. Ah, I got it. Do you have a channel with videos, Dolls Rescued? I got to check your channel out too. Oh yeah, gotta have, you definitely gotta have thick skin. But I'm thinking, now you would know for sure, Heather, but I'm thinking a lot of that is young children. Do you think a lot young children like are on more lives? They don't know what's going on or what we're doing, holding a doll or painting a doll or whatever we're doing. The people that have subscribed to us, they understand this world of dolly collecting and creating. But just young children scrolling by, I think they go on there. It's kind of entertainment for them. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing a lot of it is young people. I do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Awesome. I will check your channel out. What's this say? Oh, yeah, I get a lot of kids. Yeah. The parents don't even know what's going on and what their kids are up to. If they're not on YouTube themselves, they have no idea of the YouTube world. Another thing I discovered too, which is really crazy, is if you have like PlayStation and now damn it, now why would that make a blue mark there? See, I hate when it does stuff like that. That's a thicker piece of paint. I'm going to have to cover that up with a little bit of red when I get going. Anyway, there's a lot of kids that go in to like, it's not 3D, is it? What's it called? Virtual reality. And you go in there and play a game, and you can hear them. And they'll come up to you, like if you do virtual reality or anything, they'll come up to you and they'll start talking to you. And you know it's a kid. Now, their avatar is a grown person, because I don't think you can pick kids. But they're talking to you. My mother said this, and one person was saying to me, today is my birthday, and I'm turning this, and I'm turning that. I'm like, that's nice. Good for you. But you have to be careful in here. You can't just, and they just talk to random adults, which is really scary if you have children, because people don't realize that a lot of the virtual world is adults. And there might be pedophiles out there in those places. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary. The parents don't monitor. They don't monitor their kids at all. They don't. And that's what's scary, because they could get bullied and lured somewhere to do something or learn information. There was a game. What was the game called? Some kind of monkey game. Anyway, you became a monkey and you played chase and you chased each other around. But it was all kids screaming and hollering and cursing and the language coming into them. Just, it's so scary. You know, not that I was perfect. I didn't know 100% what my son was doing online. I trusted him, but it's just, it is scary. It is scary. So you do have to be careful. And you know, a lot of those kids, Heather, really look up to you probably. You know, you have a big following and role, and you could influence kids in such a positive way. And so think of it that way. Even though you're going to get the weird haters and the weirdness, you can be such a positive role model for kids to do what they love, to, you know, educate them on safe internet practices, or, you know, things like that. A lot of people don't use that to their advantage, you know. My channel grew fast in the 6 months I've been here. Oh, I guess it did. 6 months, is that all? Holy crap. Soon as they are born, they throw a tablet in their face. Yeah, you're right. Yep. And unless they're on YouTube or lives or virtual reality, they have no idea what goes on out there. None. They have no idea, the parents. They don't think that that world is filled with a bunch of adults also and a bunch of kids. And they go in on their parents' accounts. And so I remember talking to a few during a live and saying, does your mom know you're here? You know, yes, I'm alive, blah, blah. And you can hear the mom talking in the background. And I don't know. Could you show us how you painted the leg? Sure. All I did was put some veining. You probably can't see. It'd be very hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard probably. But all I did was, see, my paint is very, very light. And all I did was paint some veining. I don't know if you see. I'm going to do some hands. And I'll show you. But yeah, I just did some random veining. And I don't do the same thing every time. I usually do some blue in the balls of the feet here. Now I'm using air dry paint. So basically it dries pretty much right away. It's not the greatest painting for like, I've heard and I think a lot of people use heat set paints because there's more give, there's more air room for like correcting errors, where this dries so fast. So now this is all I know is air dry paints. To go to the other painting would be a world of difference for me. But there's a lot of people that use heat set paints that can't do the air dry because it dries so fast. Like there's no room for error really. And then to remove it, the mistakes is really, really hard. Really hard. Yeah, it is hard to see because it's so light. This little hand here, like I'll do some veining down here. So this is what it looks like currently. And I'll see if you can see some veining here in a minute after I put some on. I don't like dark veins. I had a problem trying to figure out how to do it with better consistency over time. And it takes time and practice to really know what you like, what looks good, what color is too dark. What is too thin. I don't know if you can see any, maybe there, a little tiny bit. But yeah, I absolutely love this creative hobby. I love it. It brings me so much peace, contentment. It's such a beautiful outlet for doing something that you love, because I love dolls. Some people say, well, if you love dolls, you must really love babies. I love babies from a distance. Does that sound terrible? Um, Once I had my children, I love my children. And I always wanted to have a big family. But I like babies from a distance. And some people are like, well, if you collect dolls and create dolls, you must want to have babies around you all the time. Like, do you want to have babies around you all the time? Do you want to babysit? Do you want to do this? And like, no, it's kind of not what I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of veining there. Little bit of veining there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the importance of just sitting with our thoughts. You just sit with your thoughts, right? I got it written down here. You don't have to fix everything that comes up in your life. You don't have to fix things that come up in your life. You can just sit with your thoughts. But we live in a world where we think we need to fix something immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's some sort of issue, you got to hurry up and fix it. We tend to live in a world where we think that's what we've got to do. We got to solve. We got to plan out something. We've got to come up with a solution. But in actuality, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit with your thoughts. I sure don't want... No, baby, my daughter's having my first grandson in March. Wow. Congratulations. Dolls Rescue actually congratulated you also. Silly me, I love these little Zuru babies too. They are so cute and they have the feel of a live human baby. Zuru. Zuru. What's that? What's a Zuru baby? I don't know what a Zuru baby is. But yeah, like, I hear that. A grandbaby. My goodness. I don't have grandchildren. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to have grandchildren. Some people put some pressure on their kids probably to have kids. I feel like it's such... Well, I feel that having a child and that responsibility is the biggest responsibility you can do. Biggest responsibility, the biggest impact in someone's life. You can really, really help or really hinder someone's upbringing. The little blind ball babies, like mini braid. Oh, yeah. Nice. Everyone's own choice to have a child. Absolutely. And I don't think, I don't know about nowadays, but, well, I think nowadays, there was a time when it was like, that's what you did next. You know what I mean? That's something you did. It was almost like it was not a choice, but I think now there's more choice. I mean, I think there was more societal pressure. You get married, you get a house, you have children, you do all these things. It's a little different now. I'm hoping it's a little different, because it's one of the biggest impact on the child's life and your life moving forward. So it's so important that you make a decision without feeling pressured because that's what you're supposed to do or what you have to do at a certain age. I love my babies, my nieces, nephews, and great nephews. Yeah, I bet you do, Ange. It's so wonderful to have family. There's so many people that don't have family, I was saying in another video that Christmas can be such a sad time for many people. First Christmases, last Christmases, memory Christmases, you lost someone at your first Christmas without someone, and what that world is like, I don't know if you can see any kind of veining here. It's very subtle. But yeah, what else do I got up here? So I think the world that we live in usually tells us that we need to figure it out. If we're uncomfortable with the situation, we need to figure it out, you know? We need to come up with a solution. That's what you're supposed to do. And that is what society tells us. But you do know that you don't have to do anything. You can just sit with it for a while before you make any decisions. But it's almost like you feel like, or societal pressures make you feel like you have to do something right away. I'm going to have to go. Glad to have found your channel. Bye. Bye, Doll Rescue. I feel bad for Mandy Wood's family too. It's so sad. Mandy Wood is a lady that was in our community who recently passed. She passed on Christmas Day, I think. From vulva cancer, I believe. And I don't know too much about that cancer, but I know prior to her passing, she was really trying to speak to that and have it really be something that people pay attention to, because I think she was given the runaround here in Nova Scotia. And it doesn't surprise me, you know, that things like that happen. So right here, I'm using a sponge, and this is an older sponge. It's dried. It's got some blue on it. But I'm going to do some blue mottling because I do have some extra blue. And I'm not going to make any more veining. But yeah, so what you do for mottling is you just pull out pieces. And some people use, to make them deeper, they'll use like fingernail clippers or pluckers and pull them out. I don't know where my pluckers are right now, so I'm just pulling them out with my hands. So you're just making like little kind of holes. See what I'm saying? So what else do I got up there? It basically says, many of us think we're deeply uncomfortable with silence. Have you ever met people that are deeply uncomfortable with silence? It's like they can't just sit in silence. They have to, what to say next, what to say next. They have to always say something. You know what I'm saying? They're always saying something. Those folks, you know, because sometimes it's really, really uncomfortable to sit in silence, to be quiet, to be silent. They have to be scrolling on their phone or planning or explaining or justifying and all that stuff. But if you put all that stuff to rest, your thoughts really do get louder. And what's wrong with being uncomfortable? You don't have to fix feeling uncomfortable, right? Listening. You can really listen without saying a bunch of things. And I think a lot of people feel they got to say a bunch of things. What else do I got up here? I think I'm going to do a separate video on this altogether because I can't really talk about it here. It's one of those videos where I kind of script things, write things down, and then kind of talk about it. I think that's the better bet because I'm losing my train of thought currently. So I'm going to put some mottling on this doll. Oh, I'm getting stuffed up. So mottling, how it goes is usually you get your paint. Now mottling is usually, this is blue speckle model. I'm going to add a little bit of this to make the color a little bit different because I don't want the model to be the same as the friggin' veining. Do you see how much paint I got on there? Very little. I'm going to add more water. So now this paint, it's going to be the mottle, is very, you can see it's very light, but I'm going to add a little bit more water. Now this, once again, is air dry, so this is distilled water, not water from your tap. Not adding very much. Right before, when I first started, oh my gosh, I would make so much paint. I would waste so much. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. adding this color, adding that color, trying to get a color to look like this. It was not easy. Not easy. Where are we here? There we go. So, I'm going to take that. I'm just going to paint it on here. Some people dip it right in. And I usually kind of do it on a paper towel so I can see what it's going to look like. I don't like this one. I need another sponge. I don't like how that sponge turned out. I got a shitload of sponges over here. Oh, here we go. So this one's already done. See? I like this one better. I'm going to use this one. You don't want to have straight edges either. I don't know if you can see this. Very, very light. But I'll tell you, all this very, very light that you can barely see builds up. It builds up and creates more layers of skin. You know? More layers of skin. Oh my gosh. My stomach is sore. I feel terrible. My belly. Now this, I've got 2 more on there, so I'm just going to kind of pat this off a little bit. I haven't got back to crocheting there in a little while. I was crocheting a while there, and I was really enjoying it. And then I got away from it because we ended up having to go to BC, and I got away from it. I haven't got back to it, but I was really enjoying crocheting. I was wanting to make baby blankets to go with these dolls. You start feeling sick today? Yeah. Yeah, I started feeling kind of sick kind of yesterday evening a little bit, but throughout the night, oh yeah, very sick throughout the night. And it's not like I go places. I don't know where we got this. Oh, Christmas holiday. Went to Mom's. Obviously, there's someone around that was sick. There's probably several of us sick now. Like you said, Angela, your mom's sick. Hopefully you won't get sick, but you know, sick, oh well. Builds our immune system, I guess, in a weird way. Now, what's that? No, I don't like that on there. Oh my gosh. Yes. Very hard to see the mottling. Very hard to see anything. You can see some light wetness, but you can't really see what's going on. Now, before, when I would do mottling or anything, I was so particular that I had to make sure everything was even Steven. Now I just put some mottle. If you don't know what mottle means, it's just those little holy kind of skin color that kind of makes your skin look more 3D like. But I used to have to cover everything exactly the same. Now I put more in some places than others. Like the temples here, the temple of a doll, like the temple tends to have more blue because it's, once again, it's thinner skin, you know. You put blue where your skin is, where you think a baby's skin would be thinner. I've been drinking a lot of tea lately, like making pots of tea like I did my grandmother. Pots and pots of tea. I love the look of this baby's face. I do. I love the look of this baby's face. He's funny looking. Funny looking. Give the look of veins. Yeah, it does give the look of veins, and that's what I did. I did veins actually earlier. Now I'm doing kind of like a model. I'll do a blue model. I'll do like a pink, a purple, and then I'll do layers of skin like pink, purple. Just the basic primary colors, I guess. Red, yellow. Sometimes you put a little bit yellow on the nose to make it look a little bit in a way for a newborn John to see, I guess. But, oop. I think a lot of people that create dolls do the same thing in the same order every time. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't think I do the same thing every time. I don't measure. Some people measure. I just go by what it looks like. Just like when someone bakes. Some people measure everything. They bake very different than, you know, they make sure everything is the way it is. And then some people just throw it in and say, oh, yeah, that looks about right. You know what I mean? And they just go and they put it up there. Or they bake and they don't, just by what it looks like, what it smells like, a pinch of this and, you know, a squirt of that. So it's hard for me to even tell somebody because when it comes to painting, because I do something different. Variously, it's never the same every time. Slim Shady, remember me, remember me. I do remember you. You were on my live before. This is your mother's, I think Slim Shady, it's your mother's account, your dad's account or something. You're just a young person, I think. Your grandmother baked this way. Yeah, she just goes by memory. Which really sucks, because if you want to pass it down to someone, pass down the recipe to someone, it's hard because you don't know, you know, you'd have to watch them. Or if their memory starts to go, they forget how much to put in. So in a way, it's nice to have a recipe. But my mom just throws things in and out in. What about you, Angela? Do you ever get into baking? Like, I freaking hate baking. Never been into baking and cooking. Never, never, never. No, it says you are only allowed on YouTube when you're 13, and I'm 13. Does it say 13 to be on YouTube? That's so young. To me, it's so young, but I guess that's what, grade 7, grade 8, around there? You don't bake? No. You're like me. You're not into baking. I remember there was a few years where people would bake and give baking away like as Christmas presents. They would give them away, their baking, which is nice. If you don't do baking, it's always nice because then you have a few treats in your house. But yeah, I've never been one for baking either. What's that say? Something 7. I don't know what that says. 7. 777. So what's going on with you today, Slim Shady and Angela and whoever else is in here? What are you doing today with your day besides going on YouTube? Are you visiting people? Are you cleaning up? Are you playing with your toys if you're 13, or electronics or earphones or whatever you got? Grade 7. Yeah, I'm thinking it's grade 7 too. I remember I started... Yeah, I was 12 in grade 7 because I was a year behind everyone else. I remember that. I was a year behind everyone else. Oh, dear, 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 dear. I remember grade 7. I was 13. I failed a year. Okay, you failed a year. What year did you fail, Angela? They kept you back? Oh, why did I think you told me this before? Angela was a bad girl. She used to curse and swear at the teachers. Hey, Ange. No, she never did that. Oh my gosh, my tea is probably cold. I met Bobby in grade 8, primarily. You did. And I met you guys in grade 9. You guys were a bad influence on me. They just got me into so much trouble in grade 9. My gosh, writing things on the board and doing this and doing that. I was like little Miss Goody Two-Shoes until I met those two. Then they got me into trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Okay. Now I got more blue here. Now what shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? Now this is Blue Speckle Model. This is Bluebell, which is a different color again. Lies. Oh, you failed primary, did you, Ange? I think they did keep a lot of people home. I'm putting another blue in. They did keep a lot of people home, primary. I don't think they do that at all now. I don't think they keep anybody home. You always move forward, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I guess it doesn't matter because we don't make those decisions. Lies. Oh, Angela. My God, my head's killing me. Anybody have any New Year's resolution? The whole class failed. What the hell are you guys doing? The whole class failed? Why? Why did the whole class fail? Ice cold tea. What the hell were you guys doing? The whole class failed. It's bad. What school was this? Douglas Street School? How can the whole class have to do primary again? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Not a good teacher. Oh, so it was the teacher's fault. Oh. Well, I hope the teacher was done. I hope she was kicked to the curb. It's weird. The whole class had to fail. That's really strange, Ange. I've never heard of that. What you guys do? Just play all year? She never... And what do you learn in primary? In primary, it's just like, you know, your name, color, your phone number, how to tie your shoes. I remember them getting after my mother because I didn't know how to tie my shoes. But God almighty, I bet you there was a lot of parents that were really pissed. The whole class failed. What kind of school system was that? That's terrible. Right now I'm just putting blue now on the just on the doll. Just putting blue. Blue, 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 blue. I gotta do a video and change my little ones into that beautiful outfit that Anne from Dolls in the Cradle sent to me for a gift. So sweet of her. So very sweet, you know. I need a different brush currently because, see, inside the hands and stuff, it's hard to get in. So I do have a brush. I think I'll use one of these. I was wanting to use like a fluffy brush, but I'm not in the mood for hairs, to pick off hairs sometimes. Where did you go to elementary? Well, my first year in elementary was Victoria Street School. My first year. From primary through to grade 4, Victoria Street. And then I went to Willow Street School. So yeah, that's kind of what I did. Diddly dee dee, diddly do do. This is my happy place. Welcome to my happy place. Maybe that's what I should call my channel. My happy place. Because this feels like my happy place. A place where I can paint and just escape the world for a little bit. And I think that's what a lot of creative outlets are. And I could do this all day. My happy place is not putting hair on a doll, because I frickin' almost despise that. But I absolutely love reborning. It's just I can't keep every doll. So I have to give dolls away, or I have to sell dolls. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this particular Grouchin for myself. I have 3 of these kits. If I'm going to sell it, if I'm going to gift it, I'm not sure. Belinda's Ray of Sunshine. Ha ha ha. That's a nice name. Belinda's Ray of Sunshine. So many. Remember when YouTube first came out, there wasn't very many channels. Actually, I didn't watch a whole lot of YouTube, but I remember thinking, what do you mean? You can have your own TV channel? Is that what you can do? And people would be like, yeah. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And now, who knows how many channels right there. I mean, all you need is a phone and a channel. And you can start saying whatever you want to a camera, as long as it's within the guidelines of YouTube. I mean, come on. You cannot do things outside the guidelines of YouTube. But it's just, you know, we're all just a little speck in this world. But YouTube, in a way, gives us a voice to share a little bit of our lives. And it's so impactful, right? And I think a lot of people online, in the internet, the hate, this and that, they don't realize that it's actually real people we're talking to. Real people. And you do have to have thick skin coming on here, in a way. But you can meet so many people that you never, ever would meet otherwise. I mean, who would you meet? I have a channel, but nothing to say. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not saying nothing, really. I'm just yammering on. Nothing in particular. But there's a new thing that you see advertised on Facebook, or I see. It's called School, but it's SKOOL. And it's like, do you have this talent? Do you have that? Start a school channel. And it's almost like you join someone's, like, say, if someone started it and they did Reborn dolls, people would join and they would learn how to paint Reborn dolls. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. I don't know what they're trying to do, if they're trying to create a world kind of like YouTube, but it's specific to certain things, but YouTube is specific to certain things. I don't know what they're trying to do. School. I went on there and I looked and I thought, well, I don't see anything too interesting that I want to join, and then I left because it's just growing. But I imagine within the next X amount of years, it's going to be a massive community, just like YouTube. There wasn't much out there. And look at YouTube now, right? It's massive. I mean, for the most part, I pay the YouTube premium because I don't want to deal with the ads. But for the most part, people, I watch more YouTube than I do Netflix or anything else, right? And I do. I watch more YouTube than I do Netflix, than I do Prime, than everything. You have to be mindful, though, just like with any social media. You don't know the truth behind what people are talking about. You know, there could be people talking, but they don't know what they're talking about. They're making up stuff, or there's so many things. You have to be very mindful about what you're watching. Where before on TV, I think if someone rambled on, there'd have to be some kind of research behind it. Now, I don't know about that. If someone's willing to watch it, no matter what they talk about, it's allowed. As long as it's not hate. That's against YouTube's policy. You can't have hate and stuff like that. But it's interesting. It is interesting. Well, guys, you guys, I feel like when I go on YouTube and when I do a live, especially, compared to a video, when you do a live, it's like you're inviting someone over to have tea and you just talk to them like you would at your kitchen table, except for you don't want to out anything personal. But yeah, you talk to people and you see what they type back, and you kind of have a little world of visitors in your own house, and you end the conversation when you want to. I don't like this cold tea. What was I thinking? Why didn't I drink it right away? You can't drink it right away when you're doing stuff. Oh my goodness. I love doing babies. I love making baby dolls. Hello, hello. Who is out there? Should I start singing? Should I start singing? I'm thinking of Elf from Elf, the Christmas show, Elf. This is me singing. I'm singing. Smiling is my favorite. I like that when he says that. Smiling's my favorite. And his boss goes, make work your favorite. Make work your favorite. But smiling's my favorite. Oh my gosh, so funny. Did I do this leg already? Something's telling me that I did this already and I should be doing the head right now. Smiling's my favorite. Oh my gosh. You know what I didn't? There's a few things that I didn't do this year. One is I didn't see Scrooge. The other is I never listened to Christmas carols this year. And usually I put on the fireplace, you know, on YouTube. And it has Christmas carols playing while you're watching the fireplace on your TV. It's a really nice ambiance, you know, while you're watching things. But hello, hello. I like ambiances. Ambiance. It's a weird word. Ambiance. 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 Oh my heavens. Ambiance. Be quiet, Belinda. You're talking to yourself. Yes, I am, because no one's talking. No one is talking. I like talking. No one is talking on YouTube. No one is talking to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me your stories. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh my gosh, I really want... Well, I shouldn't have something sweet, but I'd like to have something sweet. You're here, Angela. You're here. Thank you. Ask me a question, Angela. Ask me a question. This is Q&A. Ask me a question. What is your question? What do you want to know? Oh my gosh, it seems like truth or dare. What do you want to know? You play that game growing up, truth or dare? And I'd always say truth. I didn't like dare because they'd get you to do something stupid. Go over across the street and take that lady's mail out of her mailbox and some stupid stuff. I didn't like the dare. But the truth, you know, what are they going to ask you? Who's your boyfriend? Stupid. Ask me a question. This is the question and answer. I think I might make some eggs or something. I'm getting hungry. Never really had breakfast. Trevor, I can hear him. He's watching Amazing Race, I think. The Amazing Race. He likes those type of shows. The Amazing Race. My goodness, what am I going to name you? Grouchin. It's an interesting name, isn't it? Like, where's that name come from? Because the doll looked grouchy? Is that why she named the doll Grouchin? Charlie Chaplin, maybe. No, I can't call you Charlie Chaplin. Do I have a doll, Charlie? Yes, I have Charlie Brown. I can't call you Charlie Chaplin. Now, you're a doll I'm going to keep. Are you a doll I'm going to give away? Are you a doll I'm going to sell? What kind of doll are you? If you're in Canada, I do have a doll donation program. You can fill out the form, and basically I'm just doing it in the States because Canada because you'd have to pay money on the other end unless you're willing to pay the money on the other end, but I can't guarantee. Like, I don't know what kind of friggin' things you're gonna have to pay, tariffs and stuff. I do not know. Oh my gosh, I'm sore. My body's sore. I hate when you're sick and your body aches. Like, why does your body ache when you're sick? Oh, I guess I can see now. There is some blue. You can see some blue on this doll a little bit. It's just a faint hint of blue. A hint of blue. How are the dogs? The dogs. Well, Charlie's doing really, really good. And we heard his voice. He's the old dog that had so many surgeries. He's 13 and a half. I don't know exactly when his birthday is, but he's going to be 14 soon. And he's had so many surgeries. He's had such a rough old go in life. But he recently had another surgery here. he had a growth here and he got it taken off. We weren't going to get it taken off, but the last vet trip, the vet said, you know, you really should take it off. It's got to be uncomfortable for him, blah, blah, blah. And you know, with animals, you're just guessing what's hurting them, what's not hurting them, right? So anyway, what ended up happening is we decided to go with the surgery and got that growth removed. And last night, sitting in my chair, Trevor was downstairs doing his thing. And I could hear this, wow, wow, wow. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Excuse my language. What the fuck is that? And I didn't know what the hell it was. And I went looking around, didn't see nothing. When I went looking, I said, is there a dog trapped somewhere? It sounded like Uggy, the 2-year-old dog that we have. It sounded like kind of him, but then it also sounded like Layla, who does more of a howl, because she's a husky, so she does more like talking, like a dog talk. And it was howl, howl. And I said, what the fuck? So I went looking around, couldn't find nothing. Trevor had the TV up so loud downstairs. I went downstairs and I said, do you hear the dog barking? A dog barking? No. And there was Uggy laying on his mat downstairs with Trevor. And I said, well, what the frick is it? I can hear a dog barking, but I don't know what it is. So I just said, okay, well, I went back to my business, went back, I think I was watching the serial killer lady on Netflix, from Netflix. And then I heard it again. Ow, ow, like it was a dog trapped or stuck. You know, if they went in the bedroom door and you closed the door and didn't realize they were in there, that sort of thing. That's what it reminded me of, you know? So, had no idea what it was. And then I just went about my business. I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what dog it is, because you'd get up off the chair and you go looking and it would stop. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, am I losing my mind here? You know, some days I think I am. So anyway, oh gosh, I got some blue right there. Is that ever irritating me? Oh, well, I'll have to make something over there. That's the thing. There's a little bit of a blue mark. You probably can't see it. Oh my gosh. Right there's a little bit of a blue. And I don't know if it's some paint that dried or whatever it is. And I'm going to have to create something to cover that. Anyway, because that's the way air dry paint is sometimes. So Side has come out and he's doing his thing or whatever. And he says, Charlie keeps trying to get up on to the table to get the food from the table. I'm like, what food from the table are you talking about? He said Layla's food, because Layla never ate her food. She's a finicky gal and she doesn't always eat. We feed them twice a day. Measured food, because we have to, because we don't know, with this many dogs, you don't know what dog has eaten what. And I'm like, well, what? He keeps trying to get the food. And I'm like, I wonder if that's him making the noise. So we'll go sit down and then you hear it again. Whoa, whoa. And I run out and I'm like, oh my gosh, Charlie, this is you making this weird noise. That's the first time we ever heard him make any kind of dog sound. And I think that growth that was there was bothering him so much that he didn't make any sounds. And this time, it wasn't bothering him, and he found his voice. It's so nice. He found his voice. And I haven't heard him do it again, and maybe he won't. But I mean, you just don't know, right? Because he was so quiet. He never made a freaking sound. All the other dogs make sounds, but he never made a sound. He is such a sweet dog, and I feel so bad for him because we don't really know. They're all rescue dogs. We don't really know what his life was prior to him going to Trevor's sisters. All I know is he had no fur, just sores all over him. And he has so many warts, like these warts that are, I guess they're prone, I guess Cocker Spaniels are prone to these weird warts. And so he has so many warts all over his body, and then they would ooze and bleed, and oh my gosh, it's hard to cut them. Now Cocker Spaniels, you have to attend to their grooming. They grow fur, so they're not like a Lab or Layla shed fur. They grow fur, so you have to groom them. And so it's so hard to care for him because of these growths and stuff. He has so many, and his eyes are Cocker Spaniels also have eye issues, and sometimes they have to have their eyes removed because they get, I don't know what it is. I don't know too much about it. I'm learning, but they get something wrong with their eyes, and it becomes painful and stuff for them. They have to have their eyes removed. So, but his eyes, he needs eye drops, and he has Synthroid because he has a thyroid issue, and he takes that twice a day. And he has another cream for his nose and eye drops and ears. He's had ear infections. The ears are a big thing with Cocker Spaniels. And but he doesn't know what a toy is. Like, the other dogs will play with the toys. He doesn't know what to do with it. He just watches. If you give it to him, he just looks. He just looks so sad. But he does know what food. And he, obviously, will make some noises for food. He loves his food. And he loves his sleep. He loves to sleep. It hurts maybe to make sound. Yeah, I think it did. And now I think he's just getting his voice back after getting that growth removed, because it's pretty much all healed up. Or before, it was so big it probably hurt him to make any kind of sound. Poor fella. I'm getting more and more attached to him, and part of me wants to keep a distance because I know he's so ill and he's older, and you know what I mean? Ugh. There's nothing worse than losing a dog, or losing a cat, or losing a family member, but like a fur baby, besides a family member. But they are your family member. But it's so hard. Like when I lost Mabel, it was horrific. I love that dog so much. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll start crying. But I loved her so much. I loved Mabel so much. She's so sweet. She was attached to me. She would follow me everywhere. And towards the end, like, she had a cancerous growth in the bottom of her pad. And they couldn't take it off where the location was because they wouldn't be sure. They'd get all the margins and get it all off. And then it would start oozing, and it would crust over and bleed and the whole thing. And oh my God, it was awful. And I hate making that decision for your animal, that you don't want them to suffer anymore. And it was, anyway, I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to start crying. Can't talk about it. Anyway, it's so sad. We love, love, love our animals. We really do. We love them like our own. Poor Charlie, I'd love to see him play with a toy. Thank you, Angela. Hugs. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, I'd love to see him play with a toy. Now that he found his voice, I'd love to see him next play with a toy, and I'd be like, okay. Because he's getting enough treats. I mean, before we got here, he had surgery on his legs twice. He's had surgeries on his body because of the warts and the things, and oh my gosh, he's such a sweetheart. He likes in here. He might be outside the baby room right now, because I have a little heater that I put on here, like an infrared heater, and he loves laying in front of the infrared heater. He loves it. And I remember Mabel loving the heat. And her body would get so hot. She would lay in front of the heater or on a register or something like that where heat came. And she would lay there. And it's like, holy gosh, you're going to burn your skin. But she loved it. She loved it. And I think Charlie's very much the same because he's always trying to lay in front of this heater. I don't even have it on currently, but he really, really does like it. I can hear dripping outside. It must be nicer. The temperature. It's been so cold these days, like brutal cold. Like you wouldn't want to be going walking or anywhere. Well, I think I'm going to sign off. I'm going to do this last hand. It's like you go through there's so many layers and you don't see any real changes. It takes a while. No one realizes how many layers are on a doll and how much time is placed into creating a doll. And because really, you can't really see the change. If you look at this part where there's no paint and up here, it's really hard to tell. It's just layer after layer after layer. You start to see the change, but it takes a long time. Oh, I think I have to do this one. Is this the one I didn't do? Yeah, I think this is the one I didn't do. I don't know. I don't know. So I think I'll come on live again later on today. I think Sundays I might try to do my lives. I'm not going to give a time frame, but I think Sundays are usually the quieter days to do lives. So I think I'll come on and do another live. I created a loop video. Do you know what a loop video is with sound? Basically, it's a video that replays over and over and over again. It goes for so long and then it restarts and plays. And you put it on like a live. And what happens is, it's like a live. Well, it actually is a live, but you don't see the person. You can play it in the background while you're, I don't know, painting dolls or whatever. And you hear the music. You can do whatever, but you can also chat to people, your dolly friends. So it's kind of like creating a live where you can chat, but the person that, like for an example, me, is not there in front of the camera yakking and going on, but I do check on the lives periodically and I will say this, that, or the other thing. I like that idea that you can jump on there and talk to someone if you need to or want to, or just check in and see how somebody does a reel. No, it's not like a reel. It's actually a live. I created the video in Microsoft Clipchamp. Clipchamp is a Microsoft video editing service. And I created the video. And basically, it's just a video of kids playing with dolls and toys. And then I put sound to it. And when I put it on live, it'll just play and play and play. It's just a space where people can jump on there and say hi to other people with the same interest, dolly friends. Now, be mindful that even though it's alive, I'm not there monitoring everything all the time. So you might have a weirdo go on there and say something weird, like, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. You never know. But for the most part, it's a nice place to go, check in. or just have it playing in the background. Do you know YouTube has a lot of lo-fi sort of videos, or like lo-fi, they're called lo-fi videos, and it's just might be a cat just wagging its tail. Not the whole time, it's just a cat wagging its tail, but then it has music in the background, and people can go on there and chat because it's in a live format. Does that make any sense? And so people can go on there, and I thought I like that because it's a way to connect with people with the same interests, have a live, maybe boost some memories, because I like watching videos with like babies or kids playing with dolls, and just you remember those years. It's like background video noise. It's kind of like the fireplace. You know, YouTube has a fireplace. You put the fireplace on. And it just goes and goes and goes. Now, not all fireplaces are lives, but sometimes things like that are lives. And people are on there, and they're saying Merry Christmas, and they're just talking to random strangers. So that's why I created kind of like a dolly loop that I'll put on every once in a while. Just for conversation. Someone can reach me there, like, because I'll check it periodically, and they'll reach me, and they'll say, Belinda, blah, 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 and I'll answer. But I'm not there talking like I am right now. That you can see and talk to, like, in time. It's live, but it's not my live face. It's a pre-recorded looped video. Loop means repetitive. It goes through its cycle and then it plays again, sort of thing. Hi, I'm back. Had to leave for a bit. Well, hello, Shelley. Nice to see you. I'm happy you're back. I was just talking about my loop video that I created as a way to talk to other people, dolly friends, and then I'll put on there on live sometimes, and you'll see it. It'll be just a video, and in the title it'll say this is a looped video with periodic chat check-ins. And so I'll periodically check the chat, delete something if it's out of line, or say hi, answer a question or whatever. It's a place to answer questions, you know. If someone has a question about something, you know, do you have a doll that you're going to have available soon? Sure. It's called Grouchin'. So things like that. Gosh, I think I need another Neocitrin. I don't think you can take them that often. I'll have to read it. Maybe it's every 6 hours or so, but frig. I need something. My throat is sore. Oh my gosh. I'll have to research why she named this doll Grouchin'. Like, why? Is it because she thought it looked grouchy? Is it like Groucho Marx? Or like, what is it about this doll that she named it? Does anybody know? This is Chenza Dolls, or Vincitia Care. I don't know if that's her name, and the name of her company is Chenza Dolls, and that's her name. I think that might be her name. I can't pronounce her name. I totally destroy it every time. I'm no good at that. It is so cute. Oh my God, he's so cute. Look at him. Oh my goodness. I don't know what kind of skin tone I'm going to have with him. I'm really still learning the whole darker skin tone. Dark skin tone, you're not going to see all these blues and stuff, but I would still do it because as time goes on, I really don't know what kind of skin tone the doll's going to have unless it's a custom and someone says, I want a dark skin doll. And then I'd be like, oh, okay. But besides that, I just go along, do my thing. And as time goes on, I'm like, you know what? I think I want to make this a darker skinned baby or a lighter skinned baby or whatever. I tend to do that. It depends on how it's looking, how it's feeling. It's strange. It's like you're creating, but you're not sure of the outcome unless it is a custom. And I tend not to like custom so much um, because of that reason. I tend to make it all, and just as time goes on, I just kind of think, oh, I'd like to put a little mark here, or I'd like to do this, or I want this doll to be flawless, or whatever. And as I do that, the doll comes to life. But when it's a custom doll, it's more like the individual that's getting you to create that doll is telling you, well, I want this on the doll, I want that on the doll. And to me, it takes away from the independent creative process, really. It becomes more like if they're saying, I want a mark right here, or I want this right there. It, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's different. And people do charge, I believe, a lot more for a custom doll because of that reason. Because it's customized based on what the person wants who's buying the doll versus the artist who's just creating the doll. My eyes are so heavy. I could go to bed for a couple of days. I'm feeling it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. Thank you so much. I wonder if we have cough drops. I'm going to search the house for some cough drops because I think I need some. Have yourselves a good day. I'm going to come back on again later on. Look at my eyes. Oh, my word. Later on and check in with you all. All right. Bye for now. Take care. See you. See ya. See ya. Bye, guys.